Demolition, litigation, and public criticism. Owners of buildings where mass shootings take place often deal with these problems. But as we approach 1 year since the Fifth Third shooting, the bank is reflecting on healing, not controversy. Reporter Dan Monk spoke with one expert who explains how the bank handled the crisis.
If your best self is stronger than your worst nightmare, you might be Fifth Third strong.
The events of September 6th do not define who we are.
Spokesman Gary Rhodes says the bank has redefined itself as it recovers from the Fountain Square shooting that left 3 dead and 2 wounded.
What defines who we are is how the city, the community, Fifth Third, everyone rallied together to recognize what had happened and to begin the process of moving forward and healing.
It's the latest example of how Fifth Third's public response to last year's shooting helped it avoid some of the stigma that often attaches to companies victimized by gun violence.
And I believe in this case, Fifth Third nailed it, and they did exactly what their values and what their practices said they should do. They actually did it.
Public relations consultant Rick Miller provides crisis management advice to companies. He doesn't work for Fifth Third, but admires how it handled the crisis, starting with CEO Greg Carmichael.
It wasn't panacea, it wasn't veneer. It really came across as transparent and authentic and caring.
Miller says Fifth Third built on that strong start by contributing $1 million to the Cincinnati Strong Fund, which distributed more than $1.2 million in January to 33 people who suffered physical or emotional trauma because of the Fifth Third shooting.
You know, the location of that was really on a doorstep or kind of the family room of the community in Fountain Square. So they also recognized that while their focus had to be on their employees and their families and those who are around that area, they also recognized that it was important to the city and important to the community that this event be talked about and be handled and be managed in a very responsible way.
That could be one reason Fifth Third has avoided an increasingly common reaction to workplace shootings: lawsuits. Hundreds of shooting victims have filed suit in the last 3 years against business locations where the violence happened, including Kroger, Walmart, and MGM Resorts.
There have been no lawsuits filed.
Why is that, do you think?
I can't speculate on that, but I think what I can talk about is, again, everything the bank has done to help our employees move through it, to help the families of those whose lives were lost, to help the families of those who were injured and are in the recovery process.
Fifth Third's emphasis on healing will continue this fall when the bank's new History Museum opens a temporary exhibit on the healing power of art. It will include a digital display of a Fifth Third Strong sign that bank employees created with their handprints 3 weeks after the shooting. This display in the Fifth Third lobby serves as a daily reminder of what happened here a year ago and what it means to be Fifth Third Strong. Dan Monk, 9 on your side.
And we invite you to join us tomorrow right here on 9 on your side at 7 for our special Fifth Third shooting 1 year later. We take a close look at how our community has changed since that tragedy, and we'll share an in-depth interview with victims. Again, watch 9 on your side at 7 tomorrow for that.